we on now. They respect us cause we on now. Money up, run the whole town, don't we? This power money can't slow down. Money won't slow down. Ooh, we doing a lot. How we got on top. Why they party? I'm in here grinding. Money I'm stacking. Why they rock diamonds? I can't relate to them, ain't my chick calming. I set a goal for me 2 or 3 commas. 7 figures, 8 figures to 9 figures. On a slow pace to get rich quick. Same time we just think different. Cause when you make it, it hit different.
What it do, y'all? It's your partner Dale back in the saddle again for another edition of the Countermove podcast every Thursday, guys, at 8:30 around that time p.m. Central Standard Time, guys. Good to see you guys. Thanks for chopping in with you guys. If you could do me a favor, guys, do me a favor. You know I ask you to do this every time. Don't stop. Share, like, and subscribe, guys, to be honest with you guys. And I think you're going to like this topic today. So if you could, guys, do me a favor and share it and like it, guys. There's a little bit of a button, a bell on the top, no matter what platform you're on. So whenever your partner goes live, it is let you know free, hey, your partner's live. Come kick it with your partner, man. But today, guys, it's going to be a very good, I don't know what that is, good podcast, guys. And right now we are live streaming on TikTok, which is pretty cool, guys. We'll see how this thing actually works because we have a little bit of some difficulties. But TikTok, your partner's live, baby, looking better than you guys. But it's all good, guys. But let's dive into topics today, guys. Today is going to be very good topics today, guys. You know, we're all about real estate, politics, as well as private equity. So, guys, we can talk a little bit of that today. Guys, so today, guys, today's topic is, man, the city of Chicago, man, the public schools have layoffs, a lot of them. They're also missing $734 million. This is gone. And they are $1 billion in a deficit. The damn near going bankrupt. All right. Number 2, the Epstein Files, man. Guys, you guys know that Congress blocked. They actually blocked, both Democrats and Republicans blocked vital information coming out about these files. The question is, why? Number 3, man, as you guys know, Elon Musk moved Tesla from California down to Texas, you know, in your boy's state. You know, talk about the biggest state. Now, we know he left, but there was a strategy behind why he left, from a tax standpoint, also from a structure standpoint. We'll talk about that today. And lastly, guys, with all this information, what's your counter move? We don't get on here and bitch and moan and complain. We talk about solutions of what we can kind of do now. So if you could, guys, let's dive into this real quickly, man. All right, man. Let's see. Let's go to the first topic real fast, man. Yo, Chicago. What the hell is going on with Chicago, guys? What's going on? I mean, it's not making no sense at all what's going on with Chicago. I mean, y'all, it's just, man, 1,400 educators. Let me say that again for the folk in the back row. 1,400 educators, that means teachers, have been laid off. There's $734 million missing, just gone. And then there's they have a $1 billion deficit. This is the city of Chicago. What the hell is going on? And to be honest with you, there is only one party ruling that city. Just one. For a long period of time. It's time to ask some questions of what's going on down there in Chi-Town. Guys, let's dive in this real quickly, man. I can invite my partner on, Anton Daniels. Shout out to my man, Anton Daniels. Guys, I love that dude's podcast, the Millionaire Morning Show. Watch it all the time, guys. And his clips, man. Yo, let's dive into this, man. And Times and really dive into this for a long period of time. And so I had to bring him into this from his content standpoint to dive into it because he really goes into deep of what's really going on. Let's dive into this thing. Here we go.
Also new for us here at 4, nearly 1,500 teachers out at Chicago Public Schools. The layoffs come on the heels of a doomsday budget with a $700 million gap to be filled. But CPS says today's cuts are not related to this year's deficit. CBS News Chicago investigator Dorothy Tucker here now taking a close look at these cuts, Dorothy.
Well, Joe, as you said, hundreds of teachers, special education assistants, and even parents who help out in the classroom are impacted by these latest cuts. Let me break it down. The layoffs include 432 teachers, members of the Chicago Teachers Union. 123 of them teach special education students. CPS said the number of teachers cut this year is about 50 less than last year. But special education classroom assistants appear to be impacted more this year. In that job position, there were 677 layoffs announced today. They are represented by SEIU Local 73. That union saw only 404 cuts last year. In an interview yesterday, the interim CEO for the Board of Education did indicate the cuts were coming.
We have everything on the table, and what's driving the decision that we will ultimately come to: students first.
CPS insists the cuts are not connected to the deficit. School leaders say it's all part of the annual budget that shifts staff according to school needs.
Now, I want y'all to be very, very mindful of what we're seeing here, okay? I don't want you to be confused. I don't want you to misunderstand exactly what's being communicated. I want you to understand and see it for your own eyes. We're going to switch over to Mayor Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago, and we're going to see what he has to say about this.
Mayor Johnson is doubling down on calls for the state of Illinois to fund Chicago public schools. The teachers union says it wants Governor Pritzker to allocate more than $1 billion to CPS. And today, the mayor is supporting that move.
The city of Chicago and districts across the state are not fully funded by the state of Illinois. Again, it's one of those areas where I'm going to need more people to get active, to challenge not just city government, but the state government as well, to fully fund our schools, because the crisis that we are experiencing is a crisis of the result of failures of the past.
So what the mayor is basically trying to convince you guys, this Democrat mayor who has spent an egregious amount of money on illegal migrants, is trying to convince you that it is not his responsibility. He's passing a blame. He's passing a buck to previous administrations. Never had anything to do with how he's handling the finances and the resources of the city itself. Hey, listen, we just going to go to our daddy, the state, and beg for more money. And so while you guys over in Chicago.
So stop right there, guys. So there's no self-reflection on anything that Mayor Johnson has done in his tenure. There's no self-reflection. So real quickly, I'm going to see real quickly why I have you guys here. How long has Mayor Johnson been in office? I want to see this. How long? Because what he's saying is that it's not his fault at all, period. So we're going to see how long has Mayor Johnson, I'm just going to go to Chat GP. No, I'm going to say Chicago Mayor Johnson term. Gotcha. Let's see. All right. It says Chicago Mayor. This is on Google. I'm using Google. Okay. It says Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson's term began. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson's term began on May 15th, 2023. It's 2 years ago. And he's saying, you just heard him say, this is not his fault. It's past mayor's fault. Not his fault, though. But he's been in office for 2 years, and early on this year, there was a debate on his budget. He was trying to raise taxes on the citizens of Chicago, but it ain't his fault though. Nope, not at all, period. Nope, at all. Nah, this is the previous administration's fault before him, for him, and nothing to do with him at all, even though he's been in office for 2 years. Trash. Horse manure. This guy's a coward. Coward. Let's keep it going. We ain't done. Let's keep it going. We ain't done yet. Let's keep it going.
And again, I want you to come to me and tell me how continuing to vote blue makes sense for you guys. You are going to be laying off 1,400 plus more teachers, special education teachers, regular teachers. You guys are experiencing an additional $700 million more in budget and funding cuts to the schools separately from the $1+ billion deficit that they're experiencing in the city itself.
So let's get this straight. Okay. You're cutting $734 million out of your school budgets, right? You're laying off 1,400 to 1,500 educators, teachers, and you are $1 billion in a deficit. Does it sound like someone has the fiscal house in order? Now, I can understand, guys, forgive me, I can understand, guys, if there were some issues, right? Something happened, a pandemic, something like that, or something out of your control. But player, you've been in office for 2 years. And there's only been one party ruling Chicago for decades. One party. Can you guess which one? Can you guess which one? I can. I really can. I can guess what. Let's keep it going, guys. Here we go.
Because I have to say these numbers so that you really fully grasp what is happening in your state, what is happening in your city, what is happening in your county, and what is happening in your community. So while they sit here and continue to gaslight you and tell you that crime is down, even though we've seen over 44 people get shot and 6+ people die over 4th of July weekend, while they sit there and tell you that it's okay and that they support the illegal migrant crisis and that they won't work with the federal government, while they continue to tell you that your communities are not under siege, this mayor, these aldermen, and this governor, J.B. Pritzker, including Brandon Johnson, is gaslighting you guys and trying to convince you that it is okay. They are raising taxes. They are adding additional taxes, bag taxes. They keep telling you that they're going to tax the rich as though they don't have the option to be able to divest themselves from Chicago altogether and move to a completely different state.
Correct.
And then keep a residence over in Chicago. That is not how it works. You can't overtax yourselves.
Correct.
You have to manage the budget more effectively. And the fact that they spent hundreds, if not billions of dollars on illegal migrants during the Biden administration, and they continue to go to you and tell you, you know what? Because our schools are not fully funded by the city alone, we are going to go to Daddy, J.B. Pritzker, who continues to be against the federal administration, who, by the way, in June had a $27 billion budget surplus because they took in more money from tariffs and other activities and cost cuts. They are trying to tell you that your children will be better off with less teacher, bigger class sizes, also immigrants inside of those classes, while at the same time having a budget deficit of over $1.14 billion annually. That means that next year it's going to be the same. Next year it'll probably balloon. Next year after that is probably going to be a budget deficit. And then they're asking you to take a haircut for your children to suffer, while at the same time they telling you that crime is going to be down and they continue to pour resources into your community. Okay. So here's their solution, because I don't want to just look at this one-sided. I want to make sure that we're looking at this holistically, okay? Here's their solution. They're going to the community.
So hold on. So now let me set it up. So the elected leaders don't have a plan to fix this problem, while at the exact same time, earlier on this year, their plan was to hike up taxes on the Chicago citizens. So with this new problem that was coming, which anybody could see with if you were not blind, right? This new problem comes up. Now what they're going to do is they're going to go to the citizens and ask them what they should be doing. So now get this. Aldermans are making anywhere from $115,000 to $175,000 a year. Now, aldermans are equal to city councilmen. Okay, so like in Dallas, I'm in Dallas. We have a city council, right? Every city has a city council and a mayor, right? So the city council right now, aldermans, right, in Chicago make anywhere from $115,000 and above in a salary. And the Chicago mayor, I believe, makes around like 200,000 plus. So the elected leaders don't know what to do without saying raise taxes. So let's hear what they're going to say now, because they're going to the citizens now. Here we go.
Community. How do you guys think that we can brainstorm in order to come up with a solution to fill this gap so that our children could still get the same level of education and compete in their future, while at the same time we don't have the money to do so, even though you pay taxes, you pay property taxes, but you're not getting the same level of service that you're supposed to be getting for the value of your dollar that you contributed into the federal government?
$734 million. That's the funding gap Chicago Public Schools leaders face in their next budget.
Tonight, they started to brainstorm solutions with parents, teachers, students, and others. Our Sarah Maki was there listening in. And Sarah, we're talking about a huge number here.
Right, a huge number. And here's another one, because this came just days after the district announced that they were laying off more than 1,400 workers, at the time saying it was because of delays in the budgeting process. Everyone agreeing that there will be tough decisions ahead.
Delays in the budgeting
process. Starting on a strong...
Listen to this. So now they got kids playing. The drum line playing. Get you hyped up. Get you going. Get the emotions going, baby, as we talk about how much we suck. I need your help. Again, outside of you paying taxes, property taxes, and investing for these kids, we done spent all the money out. We're gonna play some music for you to keep you hyped up. That's gonna solve it. Got it. Okay, here we go.
Note, Chicago Public School leaders made their pitch.
This is the place where we need you.
Asking parents, students, and CPS staff.
My school is a small magnet school.
For their ideas to fix the looming $734 million budget shortfall.
The money is there. So we need to tap into it.
Where's the money at?
Where's
the money?
Where, Miss Afro?
Where's the money at? Where?
I know where it is. It's over with an illegal migrant that migrated and sent themselves and deported themselves back over to Guatemala.
There we go. That's what.
A listening session where they didn't hold back the feedback.
I had to learn how to navigate my voice and speak up when something that I need.
Some participants surprised by what they heard.
I knew that we were in a financial deficit. I just had no idea how big that number actually was. So that was kind of alarming to hear.
District leaders say pension obligations, building maintenance, and services for students with disabilities are among the factors driving the deficit, giving some general money-making ideas for participants, like exploring TIFs, cuts to staff or programs, renegotiating contracts or furloughs and loans.
We should be doing that.
Ideas
loans. Okay, let's continue. I just want to make sure that we're stopping this so that you can better understand. They're asking the community. They're not leading by being able to be smart business leaders, managing a budget effectively, and then creating opportunities for you to leverage technology or something like that, while at the same time reducing the cost for parents and driving more sustainability for how they continue to fund the schools. They're already laying off over 1,400 people, while at the same time, hey, they pitching regular, everyday folk on how they supposed to fund the government, how they supposed to fund the schools.
So again, this is the. I'm gonna let him continue. Then I'm gonna give him my thoughts.
Separately from the $1.1 billion, $1.4 billion that they are in a deficit for the city itself. This is schools also.
came from all angles.
Like, why are they just sitting there? Like, why don't CPS think about doing something with those buildings?
I like that sweater.
That's money. Nothing is mentioned about these marijuana shops popping up.
A growing chorus of suggestions. District leaders tasked now with turning them into one harmonious budget.
I feel like that the first thing that needs to happen is that we all need to get on the same page.
This is so dumb. This is so dumb. Honest.
So let come back to me for a second, guys. So let me get this straight. I just want to make sure we're on the same page, y'all, real quickly. So the solution that the elected officials making six figures in running a multi-billion-dollar company called the City of Chicago don't have any answers. So what do? They go to who? The citizens. The very ones paying their salaries and funding all of these operations right now for solutions. Because elected leaders don't know what the hell they're doing. Now get this. Their solution right now incorporated people, the drum line, and again, look at. I want you guys to see what they were prescribing real quick, because here we go. I want you guys to see this. I'm gonna bring it back up so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. All right. Look at these. Look at it. Exploring TIFs. I don't know what TIFs is. I'm gonna put you for some counsel what TIFs are. Cuts to staff of programs. Renegotiating contracts. I'm trying to figure out why hadn't that been going on so far? I don't understand why that right there has not been going on already. Renegotiating contracts. I'm confused by that. Help me understand that. Right? That should have been going on years ago. All right. Furloughs and loans. So now we're dealing with loans for the schools. Loans. Okay? Loans. Guys, you understand that government only makes money off of taxes. There's nothing that the government creates or produces. Nothing. The revenue stream is taxes. That's it. Just taxes. This is the remnants of and I mean this respectfully, of I'm sorry, not multi, forgive me. This is the remnants of non-business owners running the government to the ground. Do you want to see the difference between for instance, a Trump type of mentality, or a Elon Musk, or a Jeff Bezos, or Michael Dell, or a Tim Cook, or a Mark Cuban, right? Or a Mr. Wonderful, Kevin O'Leary? They can read an income statement and balance sheet, and they know about money and business. They know about it. You're seeing the effects of non-business people running a multi-billion-dollar organization or business called the City of Chicago. Their solution is we need more money. We need more money from the governor, the state of Illinois. Okay. How does the state of Illinois get their money? Because they produce no goods or services. Taxes. What did the states get their money from? Because they produce no goods or services. The federal government. How does the federal government make money? Because they don't produce no goods or services. Taxes. Do you see how this goes? Do you see how this goes? This is the reason why Anton said in his diatribe right there how Trump the Trump administration has a $27 billion surplus. Here is what business owners do, CEOs do. A good CEO or business guy, whenever I'm looking at funding the company or buying a company or taking over a company or appointing a CEO to run a company, the first thing the CEO normally does is, where are we bleeding cash at? We figure out ways for us to, what can we renegotiate? What can we cut down? What can we do better? to what? Tighten the belt because we're bleeding cash somewhere. Does that make sense? We're bleeding cash. The government's thing is, don't worry about it. We're just going to print more money. We're just going to devaluate your dollar and going to tax you more. So that's their whole solution. That's it. Because they have no goods or services that the government's producing, no matter what level of the government. City, county, state, or federal. Nothing. Didn't matter. So you turn to the citizens for ideas? Guys, real talk, every alderman needs to resign. The mayor of Chicago needs to resign. Mayor Pro Tem, resign. City manager, resign. Everybody needs to go. There needs to be a complete turnover. A complete turnover. Now, City of Chicago, if you keep voting the buffoons into office, this is what you get. Fiscal irresponsibility. I'm not saying that something happened out of their control. No, that happens sometimes. It does. The pandemic, it happens sometimes. But they saw this coming for years and did nothing. But you keep voting for the riffraff. So the riffraff is giving you more riffraff, more trash, more dumbassness. Congratulations. And I guarantee you, none of them are going to step down. Why? Because those aldermen and the mayor, they need that check. Notice how none of them have resigned. None of them have been fired. None of them. The ones making decisions about all the bills, all the money for the city, none of them have stepped down. But they fired teachers, though. The superintendent for the Chicago Public Schools, why hadn't that person stepped down? Nope, at all. They did their check. Do you see? Horse manure, trash. Chicago, if you keep voting for these people, I don't want to hear no bitch in the morning, nothing like that at all. This is what you voted for. Take it. My word. I don't understand what's going on, guys. Jeez. My word. Anyways, let's go down to the next topic real fast, guys. All right, next topic. Boom. Now, the Epstein Files are back, baby. And it's been a lot of talk about it. You hear it on Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, on and on and on. But this one kind of shocked me because of the fact that, did y'all know that Congress voted to block the release of the Epstein docs? Congress voted to block this. They voted to block it. Why would they go do that? And it was done all quietly. It was all quiet. There was no commentary on it until I heard about it today. Actually, a couple of days ago on the PBD podcast. So we're going to bring in our partners from Valuetainment real quickly. And we're going to talk about what's going on with Congress. Congress, guys. Voting to block this. What they hide. Here we go.
Rob, you want to pull up the voting that they did yesterday, last night, the results of it. So the Rules Committee voted 149, motion by McGovern to make in Order Amendment 50, which this was in regards to the files to be preserved and release any records related to Jeffrey Epstein. 5-7, they lost.
What?
And the people that said yes were all liberals, except for one Republican. And the people that said nay were all Republicans.
Stop right there. Y'all hear that? All the liberals but one voted yes. All the Republicans voted no. Republicans. Why would you vote no on releasing these documents? Because if this was done under the Biden administration, y'all would be on their necks. Every show is going to be about it. Why has this been very quiet? I know this was I believe the Rules Committee. The Rules Committee. Why did you guys vote no? I got to give it up for the liberals. The liberals were like, hey, let's get it out. Cool. Let's bring to the floor and vote on it, man, so we can get it out. But the Republicans said no. Why? Again, real quiet about this. But I'm gonna give you guys Trump's strategy in a second, right? Because the Trump administration, they have fumbled the ball on this whole thing. Like, this probably was the biggest fumble ever to this point for his administration. Fumbled it. Let me let you know what I believe his strategy is. All right, here we go.
Tom, why would Republicans not want to release all the records on Jeffrey Epstein?
This is now really, really, really bothering me. This vote last night, I asked this question. Why wouldn't all of these people, because this is what people talked about during the election, during the campaign. And by the way, during some of their campaigns too. It's not just the president. It was other people about reelect me, send me back to Washington, and I will make sure they're JFK, MLK, Epstein, the files are released. Some of these people, I want to find some of these people that were conservatives, they campaigned on that. You know, and Ro Khanna, who's been on this podcast, puts a motion out and says, okay, folks, I'll tell you what, let's all vote on it. Do we put a motion in place that says you should preserve and release the information? That's all Ro Khanna was doing there. And it's just shocking who's protecting who, because this is like a clear cut, statement here. Oh, if he has something, we're not going to compel him in this forum to push it out.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they're saying. And that bothers me. This really bothers me when I'm told, don't look at anything, nothing to see here.
I have a position that I'm wondering, Tom,
But on this vote, these votes are bothersome.
That's what I was wondering. I'm trying to think strategy.
Okay,
that's all I'm thinking about right now.
Me too.
I'm trying to think strategy right now because it's one of two things. Either everybody there is there to protect the president, or everybody is taking this position because some sort of strategy. And I have some thoughts, but I want to go to Adam first.
Well,
Adam,
let me hear your thoughts.
Okay.
In fact, I love that I literally just wrote, there's two things. Either Donald Trump is compromised, meaning they have something on him, number one, or number two, somebody else is saying, don't dare release it because we're on it.
Or there's another or. Yeah. Or there's another or. So let's go through all three ors.
They're using it?
So let's go through all three ors. So number one is Donald Trump's on it. Okay. All right. So let's say that's the one where he doesn't want to go through it. That's an easy one. If it's on there, it's on there. If it's not, it's not. If it's on there, prove it. But my suspicion to think he's on there is so low.
Yeah, mine as well.
Because Obama would have had it.
Exactly.
Biden would have had it. They would have done everything in their power.
But what if they're on it, Pat? What if they're on it?
Let me make my point, and I'm gonna hear everybody's thoughts. So the second thing that to me is if Trump's on it, they would have used it, they would have destroyed him, they would have smashed him, they would have never let him get into the White House.
Correct.
Ever let him get to the White House. So that's one. Two, the Republicans don't want to release it because, a lot of them are on there and, a lot of the money people are on there, so they don't want to release it because of whatever reason. Let's go to three. Politics is super nasty. Right? So just think about the game of politics. Play the game.
Okay.
Not as an outsider, be one. We're not politicians. We're not in the game. You're a podcaster.
Yeah.
You're giving opinions.
Yes.
You're giving your thoughts. You're giving your perspective.
Sure.
You're not in the arena. You're not playing the game in the arena, right? You're not.
We're spectators.
We're spectators in the game of politics.
Yes.
Correct.
We're spectators in the game of politics.
Yep.
Okay. But not go inside, and play the game of politics. When you wake up in the morning and you have ambitions of moving up in politics, not if you wake up in the morning like, I'm just going to do my job that's what I'm going to do and what is the reports I need to look at to respond. No, that's a person that's just being a congressman or a senator. I'm talking about you are super ambitious. Man, one day I want to be that president, vice president, House of Rep. I want to be Speaker of the House. You're super ambitious, right? Nothing wrong with the way you're there. What is the first thing you look for when you wake up in the morning? controversy on your opponent to call their asses
Yes.
out. Okay? You're looking for any fumble you look for to call them out. Any fumble to look for to call them out, right? Doesn't matter what it is. Boom. Like Newsom's the best at it. First thing in the morning he wakes up, forget about what's going on in California. The first thing he looks at is, did Trump have a fumble? Did DeSantis have a fumble?
Yep.
Did Nashville, Tennessee have a fumble?
Yep.
Did Texas have a fumble? Let me call their asses out. Why is he
Yep.
doing that? He's trying to be number one. He wants to be a president, okay?
Again, it's about owning
In the last
narratives.
6 months, President Trump hasn't had a bigger fumble than this one.
He has not.
What has Clinton said about it?
Zero.
What has Hillary Clinton said about
Zero.
it?
Listen,
What's
y'all,
Biden said
it's
about
strategy.
it? How about
Strategy.
Jill? How about
Strategy.
Barack? How about Michelle?
They've said
How
nothing.
about Schumer?
Nothing.
Why haven't they said anything about it? This is an easy opportunity to do one of these things.
100%.
You think Obama's going to get a let her chance like that go? You think Clinton's Hillary? You think Hillary's going to let her chance go?
Crickets.
Can I ask why they haven't said anything? Why haven't you said anything? Is it because you're such a statesman and you're so noble and it's not the proper thing to do because we're not the president today and we're not like other people that go after the prior administration? I mean, Obama went
Never
after
stopped him
Bush.
before.
Obama went after Bush every chance. I've inherited this, I've inherited all of this. And how many times? Half of the Americans who never knew, a majority of immigrants who came to America and didn't know what the word inherited meant, they did right after Obama became president because he used the word every flipping day. I inherited this from the Bush previous administration. And how come you're not going after him? Why not? Rob, can you, maybe I'm wrong, can you go on one of these ChatGPT or Groks and just...
So again, they're gonna go into this whole soliloquy, but you here to talk with your partner. All right. So let me give you my thoughts from a congressional standpoint and from Trump's standpoint. Okay, this is Liddell's thoughts. I have no evidence to support this. Okay, this is Liddell's thoughts. I want to make sure that you understand that. All right, gotcha. Now, first, Congress. Why wouldn't Congress, specifically the Republican side, want to release these documents or some information about it? Short answer, some of them are exposed. Or someone they're connected to that's given to their campaign may get exposed. Because campaigning, being in Congress, is about how much you can raise, how much and how fast you can raise the money. Also, controlling the narrative. If something comes out bad about you and or anybody connected to you, there's a big chance that you will not get reelected. So it affects the narrative, which affects your image, which affects your money. Right? This is for the Republican side alone. All right? Because the liberals, but one, voted no. Voted yes to let it out. Now, when it comes to President Trump, his whole staff has fumbled his ball tremendously this week. Why would Trump? Because remember when they were sitting at the cabinet meeting, the cameras were there. A reporter accurately asked, rightfully so, questions about the Epstein Files, and Pam Bondi was set next to President Trump. That was done strategically. Again, Trump is about controlling narratives. He is a real estate developer and also investor, and he's been on TV. He's been able to grow his brand by controlling the narrative about him. That's why he doesn't mind fighting in court. Right? That's why he never says, I'm wrong. Image. Keep it going. The reporter asked a question. Trump cut Bondi off, who was about to answer the question, and began to kind of chastise that reporter. The reporter was like, the reporter is sitting there, letting the sitting president of the United States kind of chastise him. I understand. It's president. And so we got more stuff to worry about. Texas, the nature, I'm like, okay, yeah, Texas, we can walk into government at the same time President Trump. We really can. We really can. Like you can, brother. We talk about Texas, praying for them, anything else, and the Epstein files. Why? Now get this. It's not why would he say something, but it's why did he cut him off? It's why was he so adamant to defending during this time frame? Was he hiding something? I'm going to say no. Because of the fact that he's also seen the files. He is the sitting president of the United States. He has the unlimited clearance. He is executive branch. He's seen the files. He knows his name's not on there. He knows he won't get exposed. He knows he won't. So why did he jump in for? I think it was to test to see how the masses were going to respond. Masses meaning the MAGA base, the Republican Party, some liberals, the legacy media, the independent media, and the podcasters and the influencers. And the Twitterverse, and the TikTokverse, and the Instagram, all social media. He wanted to, and True Social and Getter, he wanted to see how they were going to respond because politicians believe that voters have a short-term memory, and they are right. They are right. Voters do have short-term memories. They believe that this is going to survive for maybe 2 or 3 weeks and it's going to die down. Trump believes that there's going to be so much winning, trade deals, inflation, tariffs, all this winning, that's going to drown out the noise of Epstein. That's why I believe Donald Trump butted in on Pam Bondi. Now, get this. If there was a lot of vitriol coming from the MAGA base and the Republicans and the legacy media and all the other people coming in, he would have pivoted over to, we got to answer this. But it hasn't been that much at all. Not based on what I said. Not based on what I said. I'm trying to find a video real quickly of CNN talking about Epstein real fast. I'm finding it. But while I'm doing that real fast, CNN did a video, a poll on Epstein. I'm trying to see if I can find it, guys. And the question was, I said CNN because CNN would love to say this is really hurting Trump on his numbers and this and that, and it did not. And I'm trying to find that video, guys, but I can't find it. I'm gonna look at one little place. But I believe that is the reasoning why, to be honest with you, Trump knew Trump. He's about controlling narratives. That's Trump. He wants to control the narrative. So Trump would do a lot of testing to see what happens here and here, who responds here. That's why Trump loves to fight. Not as much as he used to back in the day. He used to love to fight all the time. I used to say, man, sit your behind down, man. I'm trying to find it. Let me see if I can find it real fast because I think I got it. Let me see real fast. Let me see. Let me see. Well, I thought I did. Excuse me. No, I don't. I thought I had it, but I don't. Nah, I don't have it, guys. I could have swore PVD did this already, but I guess let me check one last place, guys, because I want you guys to see. I want you guys to see this. Let me see here. This poll was shocking at Valuetainment. There we go. It was shocking at how low the number was. Let me see. Let's go to media for them. Media highlights. Let's see. Anything? Nope, that is not what I want. I want to go to media. Let me see. Anything. No, guys. Unfortunately, guys, I can't find it. I'm sorry, guys. I thought I had it, but I don't have it. But it was a video of CNN. Hold on 1 second. One last search, guys. I'm sorry. One last search. Let's go search. Boom. I'm gonna say CNN Epstein Files poll. Here we go. Let's see what's going on. This is, guys. This is This is live. Oh, here we go. I got it. I found it. Your boy found it. Here we go, guys. Thank you for your patience. Let me get it popping real fast. Let's go here. Boom. Here is the video of CNN. Again, they would love for this to show. Let me see real fast. This is here we go.
I mean, look, I think this one surprised me a bit because of all these complaints online going after Trump and the Epstein Files. You might think his approval ratings were going down, Republicans. If anything, they're going up. Republicans who approve of Trump, look at our CNN poll. The prior one, 86%. The one out this week, 88% were Republicans. How about Quinnipiac? The prior poll, 87% approve of Republicans. This week out, 90% were Republicans. If anything, Donald Trump's approval rating has gone up since this whole Epstein saga started. He is at the apex or close there too in terms of his popularity with Republican voters, Epstein Files, complaints or not.
You just.
So again, guys, again, that's right there. Trump loves polls. You better believe he has that poll. And he loves polls from CNN. You better believe he has that poll. He has it. He has that poll. So he's seeing his numbers go up. So what does he do? He won't worry about none of that at all. In his mindset, he understands that voters have short-term memories, and this is early in his presidency. He don't think it's going to wound any in the down ticket races when it comes to the House and the Senate or his administration. So again, that whole move of Pam Bondi was a test. Him calling a hoax and blaming it on the Democrats is a test. That's all it is. It's a test to see how are people going to respond to this. That is Trump. Remember, he's about controlling narratives because what happened to him in his first term, while he was running to win his second term, they tried to unalive him. They tried to steal his money, steal his assets, bankrupt him, put him in jail. So he doesn't trust. The biggest person he trusts is himself when it comes to narratives, controlling his image. Why? He's done it for his entire career outside of politics. Remember, you cannot compare Trump to a politician from a mentality standpoint. He's a totally different beast. Totally different. He's not Obama. He's not a Bush, 1 or 2. He's not a Clinton. He's a businessman. Spreadsheets and income statements guy. And he's a marketer, a master marketer. Make sense, guys? It's always been a test. And so far, based on CNN, his theory has been right. Voters have short-term memories, and they're focused on the wins and what's going on with the economy. I think the liberals say it's the economy, stupid. That's what it is. That's what it is. Wow. This is something. I love it. I love it.
Walk me through everything, but let's start from the beginning. How'd you get into this space?
Well, when I was 17 years old, my Uncle Gary, who still lives to this day, introduced me to a concept called passive income.
Okay.
And I said, "Oh, Uncle, what's that?"
Yeah.
He said, "Something that you do one time, but you get paid over and over again." I'm like, "Why am I trying to go to college? I want to learn how to do that." Gotcha. And so while I was in college, I began to look at business models that generate a passive or residual income. One of them was real estate, because everybody and their mama actually had it, from Robert Kraft, Jerry Jones, all the billionaires actually had real estate in their portfolio. So I began buying real estate while I was in college. The first deal that I did, I made $3,500. And in college, that's big time. In college, you broke.
For sure.
College.
For sure.
Then I went from $3,500 to $10,000 to $26,000, and now $35 million worth of real estate. For me, business is always about solving someone's problem. Whenever you're buying a real estate transaction, the one thing I look at is, what's the pain point? Why you want to sell for? And typically, I like buying properties below wholesale. I never buy properties at retail. That didn't make sense to me at all, because I'm planning for the worst case scenario. Each and every deal that I actually acquire, I actually take home cash when I actually acquire it. every single time.
If you wanted to know how successful real estate investors make money with their acquired real estate and not when they sell it, click on the link below or swipe up and download our free ebook, Distressed Property Investing. The blueprint is in the ebook. Stay blessed, holla at your partner, and download the ebook today. All right, guys, we are back. Guys, let's go on to the next topic, guys. Hey, guys, we all know that Elon Musk left California. The question is, from a business standpoint, why? Why did Elon leave California? We know the policies and Gavin Newsom and all that and the liberal stuff, but the question is, why did he leave? What made him leave? Right? What made him leave? So we're going to explore this because it was because of the 3 tax brackets every entrepreneur must understand. And he did this not only for himself, but also for his employees. Right? He moved Tesla out of California over to Texas. Texas did a very good job at business development by recruiting this dude out of California, the richest dude in the world. They stole him from California. They stole him. Brilliantly. Sure did. But let's dive into how this actually happens. And again, I want you to focus not so much on Elon, but also his employees. Put yourself in Elon's shoes as an entrepreneur making a business decision on what to do next with your company and with your finances personally. Okay, put yourself in those types of shoes. Let's dive into this, and I'm bringing my partner, Matty Ice. That's what I call him, Matt Zapala. He's going to talk about the 3 tax buckets every entrepreneur must, and also employee must understand. Here we go.
But when you're talking to clients, when you're talking to folks, when you're talking to people that you serve, when you're talking about people helping people, help people understand the 3 ways money gets taxed. 3 tax buckets called tax now, tax later, or tax deferred, or tax never, or tax advantaged. Let me explain. So, for example, tax now. Let's say you have your money in a bank. You have a bank money in a CD. Mm-hmm. You have it in a non-qualified brokerage account, stocks, bonds, mutual brokerage, right? Stocks, bonds, mutual funds. You make money, right? You make money. That year, you also get what? Taxed, right? That's why it's called tax now. You make money, gets taxed. Your salary, you make money now, you get taxed later at the end of the year. You make money in a CD, you get a 1099-INT. You buy stock, you sell stocks, you get a 1099, right?
Correct.
And so you make money, which is cool, but you also have to have a net gain based on how much money you have to pay in tax. So the cool part is you're in control of this. It's probably more liquid because it's not wrapped up in a 401k or wrapped up in some form of illiquid investment. But you put your money aside here, you grow your money, and then later on that year, you got to pay tax on it.
Correct.
That's one way to grow money. Second way to grow money, with a lot of people are exposed to, is 401ks, right? So if you're working for a for-profit company, it's a 401k. If you're working for a nonprofit, usually what is it called? 403b, tax sheltered and annuity, TSA. You're working for a municipality, the city, so 457, sometimes called a deferred comp plan. Working for the federal government, TSP, third savings plan, right? So these things are taxed later. Sometimes when you sit down with people, how many times have you sat down with clients, sat down with people, and they don't even know how their 401k works?
All the time.
All the time, right? My company's got salary, benefits, and a 401k. How does it work? Don't know.
So here's my question for you quickly. Those have a 401k, 403, 457, TSP, whatever you have. Let me ask you this question. What is your retirement account invested in? What is it invested in? Do you know? Have you read all the perspectives? Know the risks, the rewards, how it's exposed, how much you're really getting back in return. Do you? Most people do not know. But your retirement, your nest egg is in that vehicle, which you have no clue what you're investing in, No clue what the risk is. No clue what the reward is. You have no clue. None. But you're putting all your hope and dreams into that investment strategy. And the allure is, well, my employer, they're actually contributing to it. Great for them. It's a tax write-off for them. But you can't touch it until you retire. So is it really yours? Just saying, let's keep going.
Right? Oh, I got a TSP. Great. Well, how does the A fund work? The B fund work? The C fund? The D fund? What's inside the A fund, B fund, D fund, G fund? Oh, I don't know. It's the G, generic, right? So you're working for the federal government. You don't know what's inside those funds. You don't, right? You got to unpack also what the fees are. So the three things that affect the growth of your money. One of them is taxes. Mm-hmm. We're discussing that right now. In later conversations, we'll also be discussing fees, cost, fees, and expenses. Because let's say you make a 10% rate of return, a 5% rate of return, a 3% rate of return. What will reduce that return is the taxes you pay on it, the fees that you get charged, and who knows, I hope that you keep your gains, but what will affect your money is also the losses you might experience in future years if you keep your money in something that also is exposed to losses. So there's three things you got to mitigate: taxes, fees, and losses. Things you have to minimize or therefore eliminate. So when you're growing your money, you have to figure out, is it taxed now, is it taxed later, or is it taxed never? Oftentimes people are exposed to this. Why? Because this is at their job. And sadly, sometimes they have or misplaced loyalty.
Correct.
Right? You know, I got loyalty because my job's taking care of me. You got to detach yourself from your job, who pays you, and how you manage your own money. Because this right here, back in the day, you used to have pensions. Remember those things back in the day? Mm-hmm. And guess what happens? You had a pension. Depending on what pension you work for. I'm not talking about the railroad, but usually the pension, when it comes out, now it's what? Taxed. Mm-hmm. You make money, for example, my mother, she worked for the city of Chicago. She worked at Stroger Hospital, otherwise known as Cook County, right? She gets her pension now from her job. It gets taxed. She gets her Social Security number now, or Social Security number. She gets her Social Security income. Guess what? That gets taken. That gets taxed, and some of it's taken away in Medicare. Mm. So oftentimes people say, you know, I'm going to have a pension and Social Security, but guess what nails it? Taxes. Mm-hmm. And so people say, you know, let me ask you this question.
That's because most people that actually use those investment structures do not understand or have the entire picture of their financial house concerning a retirement. Because all you're really focused on is the contribution that your employer is giving you. You don't look at it. Is it indexed? Is it exposed to loss? Right? Are you paying? I know it's tax deferred, but do you get taxed when you get the money out? The answer is yeah. How much fees are you paying? So there's more questions that you have to ask, right? That you have to ask to see what's going on. Now, most people that actually have some extra money, they want to invest like in a real estate transaction or something like that as well. You ask more questions for those investments, but no questions at all for your retirement. How that makes sense? It don't. But that's what normally happens, because all you are really exposed to at a 9-to-5 job is the employee contribution. I have a safe, secure job with benefits. And the benefit is your employer contributes to your retirement account. Yay! But that's where all those questions stop.
You had a choice of when to pay taxes. Okay? This is how I share tax later. If you had the choice when to pay taxes, would you rather pay taxes on your penny seeds in the spring? Mm-hmm. Or do you want to pay taxes on your $1 million harvest in the fall? Mm. If you're going to pay 25%, do you want to pay it on pennies, or do you want to pay 25% on millions?
Correct.
Pennies. So if you're going to tax me, I've had a choice, tax me now. So that's where this comes in. Mm-hmm. That's where the tax advantage comes in. So let me pay taxes now, okay? So therefore, when it grows, no more taxes, right? Mm. Taxes gone. Taxes, see ya, peace out. Because why? I paid it earlier. So right now, in terms of tax environment, compared to the totality of our government and how much they've taxed America, are we in one of the highest income tax brackets in the history of America are one of the lowest income tax brackets in the history of America. We're one of the lowest. We're in one of the lowest income tax environments in the entire history of the United States. So, with that being said, where do you think, I want to pay off student loans, I want to put Medicare for all, Medicare for everyone, I want to have everybody have a, what do you call the UBI, Universal Basic Income, where everybody gets a check no matter what you do. You know, have you heard about that? Universal, okay? Andrew Yang was the Democratic candidate. Said, listen, I want everybody to get a minimum income. I want everybody to have $2, $3, $4, $5, whatever, $1,500 a month, $2,000, $3,000, no matter what. I want everybody. If you have a Social Security in America, and you're a United States citizen, everybody's gonna have a UBI, a Universal Basic Income. No matter what, you're gonna get a check. So let me ask you guys a question. A little off topic. What do you think you handled better the most? Money that you earned, that you worked hard for, or money that's just been given to you?
Good question.
Christmas is about to come up, right? Some of you guys got to buy some presents for your kids, your grandkids, right? You're about to buy some presents. No, you worked hard for your money. You went shopping.
Yeah.
You love, care, and attention. You wrap the presents.
Yeah.
You know, put the right. You put the seal on. You put the tape on. You put the little bow on it. You put their name on it from Santa, right? You put it on the tree, right? You see their eyes. Christmas. Wow, my God, Santa. Whatever your morning ritual is, whether you do open presents on Christmas Eve or Christmas morning, you see their eyes light up. Oh my God, the joy comes out. Okay, what happens to that present, that toy, a week later?
Gone.
Under the couch, broken. Hey, pick up your toys. Put it away.
Sadly, a lot of people that actually have the retirement accounts, actually look at the accounts just like how kids, when they actually get presents at Christmas time, you're excited up front, but then you forget about it and just leave it sitting around. There's no attention to detail any longer, because all you focus on is just, my employer is contributing 50%. It's growing. You ain't looking at what it's invested in, how many, because most retirement accounts are invested in funds and within funds. Here, I got this broken down real quick, guys. All right, I got this broken down. Let me get rid of this real quickly. All right, guys, real quick. So does this look better this way or this way? Now I'm a little other way. Here we go. All right. Here's what I want you guys to look at real quickly. No, I don't like that. Let's go back here. Here we go. This is what Matt was talking about. These are the 3 buckets of money. 3 buckets of money. Tax now. Tax later, tax free. Let's walk through this real quickly. Tax now. She said you pay taxes immediately on gains. Okay, let me make this bigger real quickly. Bigger. Oh, wait a minute. I like that. Bigger on gains. Here we go. Bigger on gains. Right? You pay taxes immediately on gains. And what examples? Your savings account. Although you're making pennies on savings accounts, that is taxed. Any increase in value in your, what just happened here? Whoa. 1 second, guys. Something happened here. Stop sharing. Okay, let's see if something happened. Give me 1 second. I got you. Don't you worry. Your partner got you. It just vanished on me. I got you. Don't you worry about it. I got you. Your partner got you. There we go. Something just, I don't know what happened, guys. It just vanished on me. Anyways, let me go back. Boom. There we go. Here we go. Now, if you have a savings account, no matter if it goes up just a little bit pennies, that's getting taxed. Number 2, mutual funds. Any increase in gains, taxed. 3, stocks and bonds. Now, I'm going to do something a little different at the end real quickly, guys. I'm going to maybe move stocks and bonds over to the tax-free. I'll tell you how in a second. Don't you worry about that. Your partner got you, all right? Any tax in any stocks or bonds, guys, that you actually make money on and take cash out, that money is taxed. Yes, sir. Taxation timing. Gains are taxed annually. Details. No. Penny seeds today. Your money grows, but taxed yearly. So what's happening is your money's getting taxed on an annual basis on all the gains that you're not accounting for. because you're so focused on something else. All right, that's tax now. Let's go to the second bucket. Tax later. Tax later. All right. Tax later is what? Your taxes are deferred until withdrawal. Okay. Again, tax later. Your taxes are deferred until withdrawal of those gains. What are the examples of this tax later bucket? A 401k, 403b, 457 deferred comp plan, or traditional IRA. Those are taxed later, not elimination, they're taxed later, right? Taxation timing, pre-tax contributions now, taxed at withdrawal. Pre-tax contributions now, but they're taxed at withdrawal, right? That's why Matt was saying Social Security before the Trump passes thing, taxed. Medicare's coming out. When you take your money out of your 401k when you retire, taxed. You pay fees. It was just deferred. Just deferred. Okay, not eliminated, deferred. Makes sense? Right? Here's the saying. When do you think taxes will be, where do you think taxes will be in the future? Taxes are going up. Even though we are the lowest taxed, one of the lowest taxed in the world, taxes are going up. And get this, inflation is a tax. Inflation is a stealth tax. That tax is never accounted for in these first two buckets. Tax now, tax later. They're never accounted for. Never are. It's a problem. Number 3, all right, tax-free. Here we go, y'all. Taxed now, but grows and can be withdrawn tax-free. Let me say it again. Taxed now, but grows and can be withdrawn tax-free. What are the examples? A Roth IRA, municipal bonds, and a LIRP, which is a life insurance retirement plan. These LIRPs have become very popular. Very popular, right? Taxation timing. Taxed upfront, withdrawals are tax-free. Make sense? Taxed upfront, withdrawals are tax-free. Okay? So that's how it works. Penny seeds now for a tax-free harvest later. So you're getting taxed right now at a lower amount. As your money grows, taxes are eliminated. Versus tax later and tax now, you get taxed at the highest point of your harvest, not the lowest. The key thing is, what are you going to get taxed on? The lowest part of your harvest or the highest part of your harvest? Which one? For me, I like the lowest part. Because if I begin with $100,000 and I exit with $4 or $5 million, I much rather want to pay taxes on $100,000 at a proper percentage versus the $5 million. Make sense? That's how it normally works. Here's my question to you. Where would you put your money? Tax now, tax later, or tax free? Most of Americans have their stuff in a tax later bucket. It's all because of lack of knowledge, which you don't know. Now, which is the problem. Now, let me add 2 more things over to the tax free. And I'm going to tell you why in a second. Okay? And tomorrow I'll go into this more in depth with Cliff on Real Estate Friday Live. Right? Tax. Now this is what I do. I will put tax free over real estate, stocks, and crypto. So I would add real estate, crypto, and stocks. Now, Dale, why would you say that for the Dale? Very simple. Leverage. Let me give you an example. I'm going to use real estate. I buy a property at $100,000. I put $20,000 into it. The after repair value is $150,000. I mean, it's $250,000. I'm making up some numbers. Okay, all right. I'm gonna calculate with you so you can see what's going down with me. Okay, so now watch this. If I buy a property for $100,000, I'm in. I put 20 into it. I'm all in at 120. The after repair value, let's say, is $200,000. 200,000 times 75% is 150. Now, why would I say 75%? Because I'm leveraging the higher value of 200,000 because I increased the value of the said asset, which is the property. All in at 120, right? ARV is 200,000. I refinanced. I pay off the old debt with the new debt at 75%, which is $150,000. 150 minus 120 is $30,000, right? In profit. Now, why do I say profit? Non-taxed profit. Why? I used new debt to pay off old debt that created a delta or spread there or arbitrage there of $30,000. And debt, was an expense, cannot be taxed. So therefore, I've made tax-free money. I don't pay the property taxes, my tenant does. I don't pay the mortgage payment, my tenant does. Now let's go over to cryptocurrency. The same thing. The value of your portfolio is $100,000 of crypto, right? It increases to $200,000. That is a $100,000 arbitrage, the delta there, right? You don't pay any taxes on that money right now because it's sitting there chilling, but you need access to that cash. What do? You leverage 75%. Again, I'm using that percentage, right? That percentage. That's $150,000. $150,000. $150,000. The amount's $100,000. $50,000 delta spread arbitrage there. You just leverage. You leverage the cash out. You leveraged it. Now watch this now. Now, if you really want to get sexy with it and you just want to get your cash back out that you put into it because you actually invested $100,000 to buy the coin, hypothetically, right? Here we go. Tell you can get 50% of the new value to $200,000. Just borrow out the money that you actually put into there and go buy another coin. None of that gain is taxed. The same thing happens with a stock, but with the stocks. A bank will give you a loan against cryptocurrency and or a stock anytime because of the collateral, just like real estate. The key thing here is leverage. Leverage. That's it. Just leverage. How can stocks as well as crypto and real estate be tax-free? Simple. Learning how to leverage debt properly. Now you can utilize all three of these buckets strategically with the right wisdom. I tell you, go talk with somebody that can actually give you wisdom. I'm not a financial advisor at all. These are strategies that I implement or that people that I know to implement. Okay, I am not giving you any financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I should have said that up front. My bad. It's what it is. Make sense, guys? So I'm going to revisit this over and over again so we can burn it in your brain. Okay? Burn it in your brain. Make sense? Guys, this was actually pretty fun, guys. This was fun for me. Appreciate you guys. Now, guys, back here, again, Elon Musk. What did he do? He understood taxes, strategy, and asset protection. That is the reason why he was able to leave California so successfully. That's why he's the richest man in the world. Real simple. It's not hard at all, guys. All right, guys. Now, all right, guys, man. Now, real quick, guys. Most individuals want to know, hey, Liddell, how can I pick your brain? How can I pick your brain? Well, the good thing about it, guys, is you can. I'm on the app called Connect. All right. It is an app. It's a good app. It's where you can actually FaceTime with me. You can send me a text message or give me your responding, ask me questions about business, real estate, finance, faith, family. It's right there, guys. Scan on the QR code or in the show notes. If you're on YouTube or Rumble or whatever app, or on Facebook, whatever it may be, click on that link, and you can always ask me any question to pick my brain. It's right there. And then lastly, guys, guys, of course, your partner's in real estate development and finance. And I tell everybody, when it comes to real estate, you make money when you buy. Taxes are going to continue going up. The stealth tax, inflation, right? And which means the time value of your cash is going down. So how do you begin to countermove that thing? No problem with it. This is the countermove part of this thing. Simple. You can begin to invest in real estate, guys. All right. I tell everybody, you make money when you acquire real estate, not when you sell. Selling is the icing on the cake. You make money in real estate when you buy. How do you buy real estate? Right. You locate distressed properties. What's a distressed property? Distressed property is a property that most people don't drive by and think that the property is a mess. It's not a mess. That's a jewel, right? We're giving away a free ebook called Distressed Property Investing, right? How to find, locate, and close your first distressed property or city, county, or state, right? It is a free ebook. This is how you get access to the free ebook. You can scan on the QR code here on the screen. Or number two, you go below in the show notes in the description section, click on the link right there. It is free. Or you can direct message me, right? Not in the chat. Direct message to me. The word real estate, and my team will get you out this exact same ebook. The link there for you to go download. It is 100% free. FRE. We don't want anything from you. We want to give you that information alone, guys. All right, guys. Well, guys, man, thank you so much for your time. I hope I added some value to you today. I actually had a lot of fun putting this together and to kind of get in my bag a little bit. We can talk a little bit about business and strategy. Guys, I love strategy. I always call it strategy, capital, impact. The right strategy attracts the right capital, and then the capital invested the right way provides the proper impact. Real simple, guys. But guys, thank you so much for your time. God bless you. You know I ended every single. Oh, my bad. Also, tomorrow, guys, we have Real Estate Friday Live. Me and your partner Cliff at 5 p.m. CST, baby. Which is Central Standard Time. We talk about all things real estate, guys. Here is a brief thing. Things how it would go. Here it is. If I can find it, here we go. Let's get it in. What's good, baby? It's your boy Dale. I'm back in the saddle again. Our motto is to buy, build. We already bought it already, so we already own it, free and clear. Refinance to long-term debt, cash flow. That is the motto. Cliff, man, is that a pretty strong motto, man? What do you think?
Man, the model is strong. Like, you're getting each piece of the invest, right?
All right, guys, that's Real Estate Friday Live every Friday at 5 p.m. CST. Come kick it with your partner, Cliff. Baby, we're going to talk about all things real estate. We're going to talk about something, the current market analysis, what should be your countermove, and how you can actually we talk about a strategy that you can actually implement today and make 5, 10, 20 grand a month in real estate in today's economy. Yes, sir or ma'am. The key thing is buying the right property coupled with the right counsel, guys. And we dropping something, guys, in the next couple of weeks called the Cash Flow Club Pro. And guys, you're going to love that thing. But anyways, guys, thanks so much for your time. God bless you. You know I end it every single time before you leave, baby. And while you can, you see that thing, baby. Take that damn picture, give it to your mom, and holler at your body. God bless you guys. See you guys tomorrow. All right, y'all. Peace.
Okay, so you did fixes and flips first, or were they? Now it sounds like you're more buying whole. Okay, so you're wholesaling first. Okay,
because I was broke. I had no credit, I had no money.
So I had to get some money coming in. So I learned how to do wholesale.
And you were doing wholesaling at the good time too.
2000.
When it wasn't so saturated. There was.
I kind of saw the debacle coming. Okay. It didn't make any sense. I was like, wait a minute, how can you lend out to retail buyers 99.7%?
Yeah.
Just a little bit of a down tick. It's insolvent.
And you got to remember, in some states, because I lived in Florida at the time, you could have loan to value above 100% of your property.
Right.
The first property that I bought, it was 110%. We left the bank with like $30,000.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was amazing to me. I was like, why am I not doing this all the time? But then clearly 08, 09 let me know why people shouldn't have been doing that all the time.
08, 09, that's why I made a lot lion's share of my money.
Wow.
People
Okay.
were actually running from the cows. I was running to it.
Of course.
Because I saw it was coming.
Okay.
A lot of my business colleagues back then were buying flippers.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was wise for me to share 50% of my profit with Uncle Sam. He didn't do no work.
Okay.
So why would I give him free money?
Of course.
Okay, how can I make sure I'm still legal, but keep the lion's share of the cash flow?
Of course.
So I began studying the tax code with my accountants and CPAs, and I said, okay, I'm going to buy a whole lot of properties. Now watch this. I actually buy a lot of properties. I take home money when I actually acquire it. Every single time.
Okay, you need to break that down just a little bit.
If you wanted to know how successful real estate investors make money with their acquired real estate and not when they sell it, click on the link below or swipe up and download our free ebook, Distressed Property Investing. The blueprint is in the ebook. Stay blessed, holla at your partner, and download the ebook today.